So we've established so far, Wakili, that courts, according to lawyers, will not operate tomorrow. Paul Ndemo, who is a spokesperson of the judiciary, has said that all of these things are going to operate normally. But if lawyers don't show up, then obviously the court process will have an issue. We're going to come back to that in just a bit. One of the issues that you've raised in this communication that was sent out last week was the issue of corruption among judges. Or amongst the judiciary. I want to be careful to say that. But this is not a one-day solvable issue. It's been there for a long time. There have been many legal practitioners who has brought it up and talked about the fact that cases can be swayed in one direction or another. And this is tied directly to what you talk about judges not wanting to be summoned. Because there is a case, there are a number of cases about monies being found in the homes of magistrates and judges, but they go quickly to courts and say that they cannot be investigated over certain things and continue to practice as normal. Why is this a normal behavior? And how do you solve the issue of corruption in the judiciary?
First of all, let me explain that corruption in the judiciary takes three forms, or it has three avenues of corruption. The first avenue, which is the one that is quite widespread, it's like daily corruption. Is in the court registries. The court registries are manned by judicial staff. And they're the ones who receive cases, filing of cases. They process court orders after they've been issued by the court. They issue summons. So like various other registries in this country where you have inefficiencies, lands registries, and various other registries, one of the ways that people deal with inefficiency is by having to facilitate the process. You use that term facilitation to refer to bribes or money that is being exchanged to get a service that you should have got as a member of the public. That's the most common kind of corruption in the judiciary. It's at the lowest level. It is smaller amounts, but it is happening very frequently. That one needs to be dealt with, and we have talked to the judiciary leadership about it. Sometimes they reshuffle staff. They ask us, please share the evidence. Challenge of collecting evidence, of course, in matters of corruption, but that is the first kind. The second kind is a corruption that affects the subordinate courts. These are the courts involving magistrates and sometimes in the tribunals. This one is the second in terms of frequency or commonality. The amounts involved are larger than the ones for the registry. In criminal cases, sometimes they may involve some judicial officers who receive some bribes so that they can reduce the amount of cash bail if it is during the time of plea, or so that they can give you bail if you have not been given bail before. In some cases, it is a notorious kind of corruption to influence a court outcome. And of course, a lot of this is difficult to get the evidence for it. But they are less frequent than registry corruption, but they are more common than corruption among judges. So the third kind of corruption is among judges of the superior courts. High Court, Court of Appeal, Supreme Court. Most judges are clean. Many magistrates are clean, I hasten to say. And the corruption that happens in superior courts is less frequent, but the amounts are larger when it happens. It can get to fairly large amounts. And this is what you found several of my colleagues in the legal profession abhorring and complaining about. All corruption involves somebody you know. So the corruption that is at the superior courts or the subordinate courts many times may involve maybe a clerk or registry official who's an intermediary, the judge. Sometimes it is somebody who's maybe a classmate of the judge or something. Sometimes even it's a lawyer who is the conduit of the corruption or influence peddling. What we are saying is that the judiciary should be a sacred temple or sanctuary where no corruption should be tolerated. And to the you could almost say to the benefit of the Chief Justice, when we last met her as the leadership of LSK and we explained to her our concerns, she did say that she was committed to fighting this corruption. She said she wants the judiciary, every court station, to become a corruption-free zone.